Hi everyone, here with another journal page, and it's been a while since I've done this page, so excuse me if I sound a bit vague through this. I've been caught up in the spray yeah, there you go, the spray backgrounds and whimsical pages. So, I think I just wanted to do this page because of the Seth Apter stencil. And I love the colours that I've used in the background. I love blues and browns together. They're probably my favourite combination. Having said that, there's an aqua. Anyway, blue and green together is quite nice. You don't see a lot of the green once the page is finished. So today I've decided to concentrate on getting all the videos I've recorded together and edited and photos cropped and blog posts done and videos uploaded, everything done so I can clear it out and get some space on my computer and start playing again. And I love finger painting the backgrounds. There's a lot of different looks that you can get when doing that, and then I just softened it down with a wet baby wipe, so different again. What am I doing? Oh yeah, bring out the brayer and add some colour. And that's why you don't see a lot of the green in the end, because I cover it up. This is a great stamp set, and I think this is an old one. Quite a few years old. It was one of the first ones, I think, that I bought. It's an Inka Doo Dot Flourish stamp set, and it's a great background filler stamp set. And I like stamping with paint rather than inks on pages sometimes, especially with the gold, because it's very rare to find a gold ink pad that is going to be vibrant enough for what you need for it to show through, unless you've got it on the top layer. And this is an awesome stencil too, the moving vines. You can use that in such a lot of places, like different styles of pages. It can be used in multiple instances. And I bought this stamp set when I was down in Melbourne with the girls from the States. We went to the KaiserCraft shop down there. And this is my go-to when I want to add a little bit of white to a page. This is the mini tile texture stencil from the Crafters Workshop. Now I printed out a takeaway coffee cup and just cutting it out with my craft knife. I printed it out onto lightweight cardstock with an inkjet printer, so I made sure it was really dry before I used it. But even then, most things that I print from my inkjet printer, I will adhere to a page where possible with either Aleene's Tacky or Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive rather than a matte medium or a gel medium, because I tend to overwork it and therefore the colours, the inks run. I must say, these journal blocks have come in handy for borders. I've used them quite a lot. I'm just trying to work out how I'm going to have it. I tell you what though, I get so confused when I go to cut a mask from just printer paper, copy paper, to block off an area that I don't want the border colour to appear on. Like here, I'm doing the mask now. And it's the way the curves are on the block and whether it's one side or flipped over to the other side. So I think I've got to do a couple of masks. Anyway, so I'm going over that background with teal just to sort of combine all those elements as one. So you're still going to see them underneath the layer of teal, but not as strong. And that, I think, for me, helps me bind it all together. I'd rather do that than collage. So it was pretty much there so that I could sponge over that stencil, but it really worked in my favour by going over all the background there. Yeah, here I go trying to work out the masks. I should actually cut a few and put them in the packet with the actual journal block. That'd be sensible. Rather than adding black to the border, as I mostly tend to do, I thought the page was maybe too dark for a black border, and that's why I left it the same as the original background, but then marked it off with some white marker. And this is a great stencil as well for backgrounds and certain elements on the page. Mini capricious. I've got the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6, but I do find no matter what size journal I'm working in, I tend to go for the 6 by 6 stencil rather than the 12 by 12 because it's a bigger version of it. So that I like the thinner flourishes rather than the thick of the larger one. So think of that when you're buying stencils, whether you buy the 6 by 6 or 12 by 12. It doesn't matter what size journal page. I guess depending on what look you're looking for, but for me, I'd prefer to use the smaller detailed stencils. Don't know what I'm doing here, thinking of what I'm going to do, I think. Yep, I've taken the Sharpie paint pen. I'm going to go around. Yep, it didn't work too well. It's good for little tinier details, but when you try and use it in a line like that, it doesn't work too well. Slow and steady, not fast. So I've just taken a Posca pen and it wasn't the best either. So I think I bring out the big gun in a minute. I can't remember which one that was. It might have been the larger Posca pen. So I had to define that those words from that stencil. So just using a food ball, however you pronounce it. I tell you what though, I don't know whether it's permanent when dry, but it takes a while for this one to dry, and so no, it's a pigment ink, water and fade proof. So it doesn't say permanent, but it sounds like it might be. So, but it does take a long time to dry. So when you're going over elements on your page with a food ball pen, I would use a bit of scrap paper to rest your hand on so you're not smudging anything you've already done. That's happened to me a few times. So there you see I've gone over that white line with the thicker Posca pen. And that sort of helped it, I think, separated the background from the front elements and defined it a bit better. Now just going in with some Payne's Grey acrylic paint with a wet brush and giving it a shadow, giving the coffee cup a shadow. And that's pretty much it, apart from the flourish that I stencil over because it doesn't show very clearly there. So I wanted it more prominent. So I go over it with some gesso, line it up on the stencil. But before I do that, I go around the edge of the pages with the Payne's Grey acrylic paint with the watered down um, angle brush. So it sort of defines the edge of it without overpowering it. You still see the background underneath it. So pretty much a quick page, not a lot to it. Um, just wanted to use that stencil, and that's pretty much how I decide how I start a page. Whether I want to use a new product I've got, whether I've seen an image I liked that I wanted to replicate. Um, yeah, so new stencils, new paints, new markers, whatever. So yeah, that's how I determine what sort of page I'm going to create. So that's it there, done. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another page. Bye.